Before we get started with today's video, let's check out all of the fancy minifigures. Ooh, I like the corn on the cob guy. Also Scarlet Witch. Animal, of course, and Kermit. I think it's a Highwayman. The Chili Pepper. Look at this, is Garmadon, but he's got his suit on. This outlaw guy looks pretty neat. Or is that a sheriff? Old school figure. Got some miners there. Some power miners. An old school Hagrid. Yeah. Old school Harry Potter as well. Some Mandalorians. Pirate back there. There's Poe Dameron. Some Luke Skywalkers. Some Owen Grady's. Santa Clauses. Carnage. Of course, some 501st Troopers. Some more Mandalorians. All sorts of Star Wars stuff. Like, what's up with this pink Vader? Ahsoka back there. She's missing her lightsaber blades. What the heck? Some airborne troopers. The Mandalorian with the arm print detailing. Some astromech droids. Batman with boxing gloves. 3 big Hulks. The Joker with a big frown. Oh, look at that classic Venom. Oh, yeah. That guy right there. I've got the matching Joker, too, up here. This one, too. The Yellow Jacket. There should be Ant-Man here as well. And there's Red She-Hulk. Another Mandalorian. Batman in the tutu. Just a great selection of minifigures right now. But, unfortunately, it's about to be reduced. It's not unfortunate. It's just gonna happen. The cycling inventory of minifigures. It's pretty fun. So in all honesty, I'm not sure what I'm gonna get done on this beautiful Saturday in the month of December. Wow, we're approaching the midway mark of December 2022. You know what I need to do? Is a full LEGO room overview for December 2022. I did one in 2021, and I feel like I need to do another one this year. But I've just been working on getting some projects wrapped up before I do that. Like, I want to get this zoo taken care of, and I want to get certain places in the LEGO city looking a lot better before I do my full overview. I was like, oh, I need to get it all done, but there's no way I'm going to be able to get it all done for that overview. But today we're going to be working on some stuff in the LEGO room, I'm pretty sure. Or I'm going to have to deal with all of these minifigures here, so we'll see how much we can get done. But my helper, or my assistant, is coming to help me today. And I'm really excited to see what we can get done. Yeah, pretty awesome. I'm excited. It's going to be a fantastic day, so let's get started. So this is the Main Street building. It's a LEGO Friends modular building. Somewhat. It's not quite a modular building because there's an open back. But there is a rebrickable model that you can do. There's actually several different rebrickable models that finish the model. And this is what we've got going on so far. It's not quite done, but hey, it's looking pretty good. So Simon's going to continue putting this together. There are some missing pieces. For example, these curved slopes. I guess we didn't order enough of those. But we did order the pieces for this quite some time ago, and we bought that set. Jeez, when did we get that? We got that during the last warehouse blowout sale before I went to Chicago Brick World in June of this summer, I think. Yeah, crazy. So we've had this project on the go for quite some time. And I'm going to be over here working on the bear exhibit. The first thing that I decided to do is just frame out a little watering hole. Nothing too crazy, just took out some of the dark gray plates and then built a border using 2x4 green bricks. Top that with some green plate there, and then I put some black plate down, which will be our water. I still want to do that angled viewing area. Also, I want to put a cave in. I think the cave is going to go in this corner here. Might have to come up over the wall a little bit. And then I want to put a little bit of a slope back here using some green plate, like a grassy slope. And that might actually go right underneath this rock wall that I built the other day. Just lift it up a little bit there just to add a little bit more texture to our bear enclosure. I think the green adds a nice pop of color. The max height of it is just one brick. So I've got bricks layered back there. The rock panel sits on top of those bricks. And then I just taper it off slowly using plates. So last time Simon was here, he built this really cool decline using the flex track. And that brings us down from Mills plate height to road height. And I can't get this to connect. There's just like the smallest separation. And I think the way to fix that is to use more of this flexi track. So I'm going to see if I can get it connected and see if we can fire up the ground line. You know what's sweet about extracting this curve right here? Well, I no longer have to build 3 curves for over here. We only have to build 2 because we've got this one. Because we've got to build 1 for back there, 1 for here, which is already got its Mills plate, and now it's got its piece of curve track. And then we've got to build another one for right here as well. To be honest with you, we would probably be doing this today. Completing this curve, completing the straight track there, and completing that there. Oh, I said I was going to run the ground line. How am I going to do that? I don't have the curve created. Oh, I guess we're not going to be running the ground line. But yeah, we would be doing this today, but we just don't have the parts here right now. They're all on order. They'll be here soon, and then eventually we're going to have all the trains operational here in the LEGO City. So I have 2 options here. I can reduce this corner here, just make it smaller, so that I can connect this flexi right there, or I can use 1 more piece of flexi. That's going to bring me pretty close to the pillar, but there might be enough train clearance. But either way, at least the flexi is going to solve the connection problem. And honestly, it's going to look better because over here we have the black tiles, then we transition downward, there's no black tiles. Here, we used to have black tiles, but now we no longer do, and that goes into the road. So it actually makes more sense. And what we're going to do is eventually get it all looking like this here. So it's all sort of ballast, filling in the space around the flexi track. It's not done yet, but I've started creating my bear den. It uses a snot technique to get those studs facing in all directions. And I think it's going to go in the corner just like that there. Might be a bit large. Or I'll just have to fill in this area a little bit more there. And it's pretty big, but this bear is pretty big as well. You know, in order to fit the bear and the 2 cubs in there, you need a pretty big bear den. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be angled. I was sort of wanting to do that, but maybe I should put it like this here, and then the bears will actually have privacy from the angled viewing area. And it might make more sense. Then I can just remove this panel off the side there and go right on the edge like that. We can texture the top using some slopes and more plates. So I had to pause the bear den building because I just hosted the auction where we were auctioning off all of these minifigures. And these are all the ones that went. So thank you everybody who came by and supported us. We appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the minifigures that you got there. And to everyone who won the giveaways, which are right down here, well, congratulations. That's awesome. Also, everybody, we have another stream that's booked for Thursday night. That's December 15th, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Check this out. It's a lightsaber, everybody, because Simon is working on building the Darth Vader set that we've had in our backlog for quite some time. It is awesome. Check it out. This is what we've got built so far. It is huge. Look at the size of it. And this actually fits the Darth Vader helmet. Also, we're getting this all wrapped up as well. Just got to finish off some tiling. We are missing some pieces, but it's looking super cool. We're going to be taking a look at this in this video today, and also we're going to be placing it in the LEGO City, and I'm going to continue building that bear habitat. But if you can imagine, that Darth Vader figure over there actually hosts this helmet right here. So that's the scale of it. It's way bigger than the Harry Potter and Hermione buildable minifigures right up here. It's like way bigger than that because the helmet is the size of their upper body. I cannot wait to see that finished model. So I'm thinking we're going to get that done today as well. So what an exciting little Saturday. So because the bear den is going to go in the corner, I've decided to remove the snot brick and the plate from this side. And then I added some slopes and inverted slopes just to make it a bit more concealed. Next up, I added a bunch of slopes to the side mounted plates there. Also some dark gray cheese slopes. and then some green coming down the side there, and a tree on top. So I think that's going to go perfectly just in the corner there. And that tree sort of adds to the entrance because this is the same height as the fence, and I did not mean to do that. That just worked out, didn't it? That was perfect. If I press it down in spot, which I'll probably do, or maybe I'll just jumper it in spot, it would, I guess jumpering it would raise it one plate, but if I press it down, it'd pretty much be the same height. But it could just sit there too, like it doesn't really need to be tacked down necessarily. I think the next thing I'm going to do is detail the water. Before we do that, here's a little progress update on Vader. We're adding some details to the torso. Just some basic details there. I think the next thing I want to accomplish is the angled viewing area. I think once I get that put in spot, then I can finish the details. I just sort of have to visualize how much space we're going to have once that angled wall is sort of roughed in there. I could pretty much do it the exact same way that I did it here. Use those modified brown bricks and those glass panels and then put it at an angle there, or I could make something completely different, maybe like a different color. You can see I got light gray and glass panels. We've got reddish brown and glass panels. Then over here we got more light gray. So maybe I'm going to look at my parts and come up with something completely different. This is a windscreen, I think, for one of the Creator Expert vehicles, maybe even the Mini Cooper. If I had more of these, that's what I would use. That'd be really neat. But I only have one. I know I want to use this somewhere in the zoo, but I think this viewing area is just too big. And I'm actually running low on these. I found them on the pad wall, but I have been using them everywhere. They are probably the best for glass windows, honestly, because they're just like frameless, right? Whereas we could use something with a frame, obviously white. Got a lot of white there. I could use light gray. Maybe we could side mount these. That might be pretty neat. Side mount these light gray ones and then build light gray around it, or use white. I feel like the polar bear should have white. That's sort of like an Arctic feeling, not really the bears that we're working with, you know? Okay, maybe dark gray. We haven't used a dark gray viewing area. There's a lot of dark gray in that zoo, and that's why I created that bear den or that cave in that color. Ooh, maybe tan in light gray rather than dark gray, because there's just so much dark gray over there. But yeah, maybe tan. That might work. Also, I have a bunch of these. They're the snot bricks and the ingots with these. Hey, that's what I'm going to do. Just test fit it here. I could maybe center those like that there, but that's not going to give them a full view. Hopefully I have one more of these. So I didn't have another one of those window pieces, but I managed to space it out with some of those snot bricks. The ingots, I've put these modified 2x2 plates on the top, and then I framed it using the modified reddish brown bricks. Looks pretty cool, hey? So the window is held in by a snot brick on this side and then a 1x1 Technic brick on that side. You can see the stud goes into it. I don't have any in tan, that's why it's light gray. What do you say we go test fit it in the bear enclosure? I think I'm pretty happy with that. Not bad. I've got to figure out a way to mount it. So I've mounted it in place there using some hinge plates. I don't have any of those in brown. It would be nice if they were in brown, but that is what it is. I'm sure I can tile off the top maybe and blend it in with some brown tiles. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. Beautiful. Easy to remove as well. Just have to remove these two hinge plates and away we go. Look at that though. Bear enclosure is coming along nicely. We got the cave, the angled wall, the pond, and then the rock backdrop. I'm glad I went with the tan as well. I think it just changes it up. It looks different than the rest of the zoo. Adds a nice pop of color as well. Since starting the day here, it's been 8 hours and we've managed to get quite a bit done. We're going to take a look at this modular building in one moment here and we'll place it in the city. As you can see, Darth Vader is still missing an arm and a half plus a head. But that's going to be done tomorrow, which is exciting. And look at that. That modular building looks pretty fantastic. KT Brickworks on rebrickable.com. That's who we have to give credit to for making this modular building look pretty awesome. It comes with a bunch of minifigures. Of course, mini dolls. Of course, that's the original set there. The highlight of which is that dog right there. That dog is awesome. I don't know if these are going to be placed in the set. Maybe in the set, but I don't know if they're going to be placed around the set because I have no mini dolls in my LEGO city at all, so it doesn't really match. But yeah, this building looks cool. Yellow, pink, purple, brick separator, turquoise? Yeah, there we go. Yellow, blues, different shades of blues and purples. And it's a corner building, and it sits on 1.5 base plates. As you can see, I mills plated mine. We are missing some parts, but it looks really good for now, and I'm going to order those parts in the future so we can finish it off 100%. Unfortunately, we are missing a ton of parts for the interior. We will have a look at that, though, in one moment. I love these big window glasses. They look really good. Also, it uses that new frame with the French doors, too. And I like how the windows are the blue color, like the trans blue. Yeah. Unique design here. This curved window is really cool. These are actually those curved pieces. I found those on the pad wall one time. The yellow shutters, the purple cylinders with the fancy bricks on top. As you can see, some missing parts there, but we substituted just like we did here. Some nice glass windows, angled door right here. It's the only friend set, I think, that'll be in my LEGO city, but it's designed to be a modular building. You can see we've got some plants on the roof there. We could probably add more roof detail, to be honest. And then we've got a balcony over here. Probably add more detail to that balcony if we really wanted to as well. There is no stairs in the inside, I don't think, because it comes with this right here, which is from the original set, and it is an elevator. Yeah, it's a way that minifigures can go to their balconies on the back here. Backside, pretty plain, pretty flat. When it's placed in the LEGO city, I don't think you're going to see the backside anyway. So it's completely modular. Of course, the roofs will pop off. They're just held on by jumpers. Like I said, I am missing a bunch of parts for the interior detail. So there's some interior details that are not there. But I honestly don't think I'm going to worry about ordering the parts to do the interior details. You can see there's some connecting hallways. So like, for example, this one here connects with that. And there's a multicolored wall there. And then this roof should pop off as well. And it's all connected. An apartment, it's like a bedroom. And then we have some shops on the bottom. I believe this one's a cafe. So you can see how many different sections it is. I also really like this window here. It's not a window, it's a solid wall, but it adds a nice texture to the outside of the building. This one's nicely tiled off in the interior there. I believe that one's a hair salon. And then right down here, we've got just another place where you can buy some food, probably like a market. Got some food on the shelves there and some coolers. And there we go. We've got the Friends Rebrickable model in the city, finally. I lied, everybody. It's not my only friend set. We also have the school. Yeah, the custom school that I built. That's a friend set as well. Does it really make sense to place this set over here? Probably not. Will I be moving it in the future? Probably. It should probably go beside that school, to be honest with you. Probably look best there. Should it back onto a graveyard and haunted house? Definitely not. Should it be on Pop Culture Street? Probably not. But this is an open base plate that I have here. Actually, 2 open base plates that I have. So this does a pretty good job of filling that spot. And to tell you the truth, I actually really don't mind it there. It adds a nice pop of color. There we go. Look at that. Right by the Avengers Tower. They're safe. They got the Avengers right next door. So that haunted house and graveyard shouldn't give them too much trouble. Well, yeah, there we go. New modular building placed in the LEGO city. Now that's all tiled off nicely. I read a comment that said I should make a viewing window using a rock face like that and build the windows into that. That would actually be really neat. It'd be pretty easy too. Just essentially do this exact same thing, but use dark gray and then replace those ingots with slopes. I might be able to do something like that over here, maybe connected to this when we do our Panther exhibit. That'd actually be pretty cool if I did that. And that's actually a really good idea. So I know for sure I'm going to do that over here for the Panthers. So thank you for the comment. Definitely need to change that to matching leaves. Much better. Filled in the habitat with some more green plates, and then removed some green plate and added some gray brick. I think that's a nice little platform for the bears there. And now I'm going to give them some shade by whipping up a quick tree here. Uh-oh, but I forgot something. And that, of course, is the tree's leaves. I think the bear exhibit also needs a log, a couple medium trees, this amazing looking stump, some pretty basic sapling trees, classic Lego bushes. Can't forget about the bear cubs, and then Mama Bear. You know what? I think that's all I have time for today, but I think this exhibit is looking pretty good so far. Of course, we could add way more detail, and I probably will add way more detail in the future. Specifically, I want to take dark gray tiles, and I want to tile off underneath the angled viewpoint there and have it come into the enclosure a little bit and just clean up some of those studs. We could add a lot more leaves and a lot more bushes and elements like that, but I think less is more in this scenario, and I think if I cover the ground in leaves, it actually will take away from the look. Like if I did something like that, I honestly don't think that would look better than this looks. So I'm pretty satisfied with this. I love the rock wall. I love all the trees, the pretty neat looking log there, that pre-molded piece there, the bear den, which is really nice. It's sort of tucked away in the corner there. You can't really see it, but I think that's the best spot for it. And then I like this perspective when you're looking at the entrance of the zoo. You can really see those bears with the aquarium in the background and also the aviary. It looks fantastic. One portion of the zoo that needs a little bit of work for sure is the monkey enclosure. A lot of comments were saying that they do not agree with the tower. I am going to render the tower. There was a great comment that said, hey, why don't you take that tower, hollow it out, put some glass viewing panels in there, and have it so guests can actually walk into the base of the tower. I thought that was a fantastic idea. A lot of people are saying it looks like a prison tower, and that should be a big tree rather than a tower. I wanted the tower because it looks sort of like Animal Kingdom, and that's sort of the thing that I was going for there. What I could do is definitely add more snot bricks to it and have more vines creeping up the side of it, and I think moving it over and giving it that position there, even if I move it over more and give this monkey enclosure more space, if I spread it out more so it's not so congested in that monkey area. So I've got some changes that I want to execute there. One thing you got to keep in mind too is if that was a big tree, there'd be a lot of trees in the zoo because the zoo is not done yet. And when I do this area over here, I have an idea for a pond and a bridge and trees all around and all of this dark gray to be gone. And when there's big trees, not big, but medium trees everywhere, probably about this size, there's going to be a lot of trees in the zoo. So I think having the prison guard tower for the monkeys would look better. Oh, there is one detail that we have to add though. 1 second. And that of course is bananas. There we go. We've got 3 bananas present in the monkey exhibit. But yeah, like I was saying, once we get some trees all in here and some water and some grass and some winding paths, I think the tower will be a good change because there's going to be trees everywhere. Trees over here, trees over there. And I think having a tower or a big tan rock is a good, because it's different. It's not all the same rather than having all the same stuff everywhere. But yeah, monkeys will get an improvement in the near future. I think the next thing I want to work on though is the panther exhibit. So I'll be doing that over here. I loved the idea of having a rock viewing area. That's fantastic. Should be pretty easy to execute. I'll probably just do something very similar to this, but make it double-sided. And then of course put glass viewing area in there, which will look really good. And yeah, that's probably going to be the next thing happening here in the zoo. And then the common area. The common area is really going to take this zoo to the next level because like I said, water, bridge, grass, trees, color. And it will really elevate this area. I did mention cutting base plates the other day. I've decided that I'm not going to do that. All of the zoo is going to be built here. I am no longer going to be transporting it back and forth to my desk. It's really not hard to reach into the areas right now. So I will be building it here, just like I did with the bear exhibit. One last look at the bear exhibit before I crawl back under the table. Looking pretty awesome here in the zoo. It's coming along, everybody. End of December. I'm still gunning for that. End of December, I hope that this zoo is 100% complete. Got lots done today. Vader's body, the zoo, and that modular building integrated into the LEGO City. Plus, that awesome auction. I've got to work on doing 48 shipments, so that is my next task here tonight. So thank you so much if you came by that auction. And thank you so much, Simon, for the help today. I appreciate it, man. We're going to be killing it here soon. Yes, it's going to be amazing, man. We're going to work on this Lego city. It's going to look incredible. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on by. I appreciate the view as always. Remember, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out here in the near future. Farewell.